Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to third video of chapter Electoral Politics. In the previous videos, we have seen how the Lokdal it persuaded people with his popular promise and how the elections they are of democratic nature in India. In this video, we will study the system of elections in India, the meaning of electoral constituencies, and what is do you mean by elections, and what are reserved constituencies. So let's start our video. In India, we have the Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha elections, which are held regularly after a specified period of 5 years. After every 5 years, the term of the elected representatives it comes to an end, and in all the constituencies the elections are held at the same time, either on same day or different days. This is known as the general election, and sometimes the elections are held only for one constituency to fulfill the vacancy caused by death or resignation of a member. Such an election, which is scheduled before the specified time, is called by election. The areas are based on system of representation, and this area based system of representation is followed in India, where the entire country is divided into different areas for purpose of elections, and these areas or the different divisions of country are called electoral constituencies. Every voter who lives in an area elects one representative from his or her respective constituency. For Lok Sabha election or the Union Assembly, India is divided into 543 constituencies, and from each constituency one representative is elected, which is known as MP or Member of Parliament. In the democratic election, every vote has equal value. For the state assemblies or the Vidhan Sabha elections, the state is divided into a specific number of assembly constituencies, and the elected representatives of these assembly constituencies are known as MLA or Member of Legislative Assembly. We have discussed just now the by-elections. Let us talk about by-elections in detail. If a representative from a constituency dies while in office, or if the representative fails to serve for the entire term of 5 years, then fresh elections are held in that particular constituency. Such an election is called a by-election. The constituency voters in a geographical area who elect representatives to the legislative bodies, and the parliamentary constituency it has within it several assembly constituencies. Means a parliamentary constituency is much greater in size and in terms of the number of voters than an assembly constituency, and the same principle applies for the panchayat and municipal elections. Whereas we have the members of parliament which are a part of the union legislature, and MLAs which are a part of the state assembly or state legislature, in the villages or in the towns, the villages or town they are divided into different wards that are similar to constituencies, and every ward elects one member of the village or the urban local body, and sometimes these constituencies are counted as seats, and each constituency represents one seat in the assembly. Then we have the reserved constituencies. The constitution makers, with a view for an open general election, some weaker sections may not be given a good chance to get elected. That's why the constitution makers, they driven by their worry, they decided that some of the constituencies in the Lok Sabha and the state legislative assemblies should be reserved. If the oppressed or the weaker sections will not get stand a good chance to get elected, then they cannot put their demands, and such demands will not be carried forward by the upper caste. That's why the parliament and assembly has some constituencies which are reserved for such weaker sections of societies, especially the SC and ST categories, to give them a chance to get elected and put their voice among the country representatives. That's all we have in this video. In the next video we will see the reservations and reservation in Lok Sabha and district and local levels. Thank you and have a nice day.